Today I had wanted to share with y'all something that had been happening here at the beginning of our cold season, I guess. Our cows were losing a lot of weight, and the bull had even started to lose weight, which is awkward because he's a beef cattle, and we had to obviously figure out what was happening. The first thing we did was we made sure they were wormed, and then we noticed that their weight was still declining, so we started offering them hay just in case there wasn't enough grass in the pasture, and that seemed to help minimally, and you were able to see their ribs quite a bit, and we were just kind of freaking out like, what is happening? And I did a lot of research, and I came back with the there could have been a few things, and obviously, like I said, there were a lack of food. Also, there could be a lack of protein inside of the hay slash grass, whatever it is you're feeding, and depending on which cutting you got from the hay, whether it was first cutting, second cutting, or third cutting, if you even get to go that far where you're at to get a third cutting. But we don't know what cutting our hay was, so if it's the third cutting, you're going to have less vitamins, minerals, and protein in your hay. So what we did was we decided to add some minerals to their diet, and basically we bought a bag from our local Atwood store. You could also get it at Tractor Supply, and we just sort of threw a bunch in a bucket and started letting them come and eat it whenever they wanted, and they started putting on weight. So we definitely believe it was a lack of minerals. The only unfortunate thing is that cattle can lose weight a lot quicker than it takes for them to gain it. Ours are still recovering, and it's going to take probably another month or so for them to get up to weight, but it's still a lot better than it was, than their weight just declining. And even this one, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but her ribs were starting to show, and she's a cross, but she's never looked like that. And these jerseys, they always sort of look bony and whatnot, but it was a bit more excessive than we wanted it to be, so we started looking for solutions to this problem that we were having. We were also feeding them range cubes, and quite a bit, but it wasn't putting on the weight for them. So even with supplementing that, it definitely was that they needed minerals in their diet. Not exactly sure which ones. We didn't get free choice, like they could pick whichever mineral they wanted. Just purchased the bag that had tons of minerals in it, and they go and lick it whenever they want to, and it worked. I do own the free choice minerals, but I have not set it out, especially since we're not milking our dairy cows, and I don't not necessarily want to waste it, but if I'm going to be drinking their milk, I would like them to have that instead of the one from our local Atwoods. So I just want to share with y'all some of the symptoms that we were noticing, and it can get really bad, but thankfully we caught it before it got there. Is obviously weight loss is one, but two, they can become lethargic, depressed, and also not grazing as much. They'll just kind of want to lay around here and there, and you'll hardly see them eating. That's when it gets really, really bad, and by then you just better move it. It would be really unfortunate to lose an animal like this because they're really expensive, but also, I mean, you want to take care of them. So if you notice something like that happening where they're losing weight, and you know they have enough grass or they have enough hay, and they're not keeping the weight on, try and figure out what it is, because like I said, you can lose your cattle because they're not getting what they need. We've had down cows before, and we didn't necessarily realize what was happening, but now it's been a while, and we've kind of learned our lessons that they need more minerals because our property doesn't produce it. We have clay soil, and so it doesn't have just everything it needs. But if we have only I want to say beef type cattle, they tend to thrive a lot better than our dairy, but at the same time they were losing weight too, and for us that's a bigger loss because we eat our beef cattle. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful, informative, and that it'll help you if your cattle are losing weight to try and figure out what it is that they need or they're missing. It's definitely not a bad idea to keep on giving them the range cubes. And if you're giving other feed, that's your choice. We choose not to give corn or soy or any sort of mixtures. We like to give them their grass, their hay, if it's sustaining them. And now obviously the minerals, will continue those throughout the year just to make sure they're always healthy, and because we know our property doesn't produce everything it should. We also will probably try to do organic fertilizing. One more thing I wanted to mention was that per cow, if we're feeding hay, we feed them 1 square bale each. And that's normally enough to have them keep their weight, sustain them through the winter, or even through any season. If we don't have grass, if we have a drought, we throw out 1 full bale of hay per adult size cattle. And if they're smaller, we'll give them about half. It just depends on their size and their age, and you kind of just want to gauge it. But you don't want to be underfeeding them, because then it's your loss. Your cattle will lose weight, they will not be as strong and as healthy as they can, and their immune system suffers. And then when things start going wrong, you end up suffering for it too. All right, like I said, I hope this video was informative and that it's going to help somebody out there. I like to do these videos after I do a ton of research. That way other people who are having the same struggles or similar issues can glean off of the information I've learned by bringing it all together, because I didn't find this off of 1 website, 2 websites. I mean, this is probably like 10. And even though it's all sort of, I guess, connected, I can't find websites that will give me all this information. It's just, you know, a little bit of this. We did research on this, we did research on that. But this is what we're finding that works for us on this property. And yeah, it's great. Hey guys, I'm so excited to share this with you. We are going to be having some baby goats. Our goat is about to kid. Seems like she's been pregnant forever, but today is the day. All right, this is her.
Want me to give her some food?
She has some goo hanging out, and the kids are noticing she's having contractions. We will come back out later and check her, and I will definitely, if she has those kids today, get a shot of them for y'all.
Can we taste this?
Yeah, try a piece. What are we making? What do you make?
Good, Mommy.
It's good, taste it. Y'all like it? So we're making some muffins, and I put some raisins and some unsugared cranberries that we got at a local store here. And now I think I want to add some pecans.
Mommy, put this on.
I have bananas in here,
Hey, let me.
almond flour, baking powder, raisins, cranberries, and a couple eggs. I think I said bananas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna add also some pecans, or Jeremiah's. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Can I put it in?
Put them in.
Let me mix it.
He wants to mix it.
Mix, not mix it. Mix it.
Alright guys, so I thought I would update y'all on how those muffins turned out. They were really good, surprisingly. They didn't have any sweetener. Well, they sort of had like a pinch of stevia leaves, but I think the bananas were really sweet. They were really ripe. And the raisins and the cranberries sort of helped also make them sweet. And so I think I'm going to be making those here and there from now on. They're really good. We ate them all. I think I ate like half of them. And so Joe thinks that's why my tummy hurts, but I think my stomach hurts because I drank some apple cider, because it hurt almost right after, and my tummy just sort of started hurting a lot. They were really small little muffins we made. I think I had like 8 over 4 to 6 hours total span. So it wasn't really that many, but it was a lot for
8 muffins the size of
little muffins. They were tiny mini ones.
Yeah.
Why are you all red? What happened?
They participated in watching me lift bales of hay, round bales of hay, that the people that dropped them off put them on their face, which would allow moisture and water to get in. We're supposed to get about 5 inches of rain in the next 2 days, and I don't want them waterlogged, so I turned them over.
So he thinks he turned them over all by himself, and that We didn't help. He's so
So,
full of baloney.
How many did I turn over by myself?
He almost turned over one all the way by
No.
himself. But he was straining way more than he does when we work together. So he's...
Okay, so they contributed to 10%.
That's still 10%. We still helped.
Are your shoulders red?
No, my arms just kind of ache a little. And my legs. We turned over those really big bales. I'll even show y'all a clip. He was doing it with the boys. And Joe was one of them, little Joe. And little Joe weighs like 60 pounds. So me and Big Joe and Jesse were helping. And all of us weigh well over 120. Those baby goats were born today. I did get some footage, but it was really dark, so I'm not sure if I'll use that or I'll wait till the early morning to be able to get some better footage of the goats. Hey, babe. Hey, look at me. I want to pick your nose in the camera. Let me see. Can I find it? Anyway, so I will try to get that in this video tomorrow. I was hoping to catch the birth and everything, but we saw the signs early this morning. I think it was like 8 o'clock. And then it is, I think it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock now, so it's about a 12-hour span. All right, this was a really super exciting, fun day. Even though Joe's being an ogre now.
Stop!
I just got smacked. So, I will see y'all in my next video tomorrow. Again, I'm doing Vlogmas, so that's just a video every day in December. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not even looking at you. I'm looking this way.
He's full of baloney. Anywho. Alright, so if you're new to my channel, I hope you'll subscribe and stick around. And if you are a returning subscriber, thanks for watching. I will see you on my next video.
Blah, 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 blah.
He's so rude. I'm going to have to do that again. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for thanks for being a subscriber. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.
That big.